It's 2 a.m. You have maybe 6 inches of mattress and your dog is sprawled across the rest of it like they paid half the mortgage. Most people laugh it off. Cute habit, clingy dog, whatever. But what's actually happening in that moment, every single night, is one of the most profound expressions of trust that exists anywhere in the animal kingdom. And when you understand the psychology behind it, you'll never look at your dog the same way again. Let's start with the assumption almost everyone makes. It's not about warmth. Your dog has a bed, probably a good one. They may have a special rug, a couch, a radiator corner, and almost certainly a pile of your laundry they've claimed as their own. If warmth was the goal, they have options. So why do they walk past every single one of them and choose you? Because sleep isn't just rest. For any animal, sleep is the most dangerous state there is. Every instinct inherited from thousands of years of predator-prey dynamics is screaming, "Find somewhere safe before you lose consciousness." And your dog, with all those instincts fully intact, looks around the house, walks past every quiet corner, and settles against a human 15 times their size. That behavior likely reflects something deeper than comfort seeking. Research suggests it's closely tied to social bonding and perceived safety. In other words, to trust. The attachment science is extraordinary. Researchers at Eötvös University in Budapest took the same test psychologists use to measure bonding in human infants, Ainsworth's strange situation procedure, and applied it to dogs and their owners. The results were remarkable. Dogs showed attachment patterns comparable to those seen in human babies with their mothers. Similar distress when separated, similar proximity seeking, similar calm when reunited. Around 60% were classified as securely attached, strikingly close to the proportion found in human toddlers. Think about what that means. When your dog crosses the room at night and presses against you, they are performing the most fundamental behavior in attachment psychology, seeking closeness to their safe person at the moment of maximum vulnerability. They're not being clingy. Everything we know about canine attachment suggests they're telling you that you are the safest thing in their world. But it goes deeper than psychology. It goes chemical. In 2015, researchers in Japan published a study in the journal Science, one of the most prestigious scientific publications on the planet. They measured oxytocin levels in dog owner pairs during interaction. Oxytocin is the neurochemical your brain produces when you feel genuinely bonded to someone. The same molecule that floods a mother's brain when she holds her newborn for the first time. And what they found was this. When a dog gazes at their owner and the owner gazes back, both experience a surge in oxytocin simultaneously across two completely different species. The dog's oxytocin rises, the owner's oxytocin rises, which makes the dog want to hold the gaze longer, which releases more oxytocin in both of them, which deepens the bond further. They tested the same interaction with wolves raised by humans. The loop didn't activate at all. This appears to be something that co-evolved specifically between dogs and humans over thousands of years by living side by side. And physical closeness, touch, proximity, shared presence is consistently associated with oxytocin release. 8 hours pressed together almost certainly isn't hurting that bond. This bond is ancient, older than most people realize. Dogs were among the earliest animals domesticated by humans, possibly before agriculture itself. Roughly 15,000 years ago, the friendliest wolves began approaching human camps. They survived better. They passed on those traits, and generations later, they weren't wolves anymore. Geneticists have since found that domestic dogs carry genetic variants associated with hypersocial behavior, changes in regions linked to friendliness and human-directed contact seeking. Wolves don't share them. Dogs were shaped at the level of their DNA to want to be near us. An archaeologist found a burial site in Germany, dated to 14,000 years ago, 2 humans interred together with 2 dogs beside them. One of the dogs had survived a disease that kills within weeks. For over 5 weeks, someone had nursed that dog through its illness. 14,000 years ago, before civilization. Whatever those dogs were to those people, they clearly weren't just tools. So when your dog climbs into your bed tonight, understand what you're witnessing. 15,000 years of shared history, a genetic blueprint written for closeness, an ancient behavior that's been playing out every single night since before human history was even recorded. Now here's the part that surprises everyone. A study from the Mayo Clinic tracked sleep quality in adults who shared their bed with a dog, using clinical-grade monitors on both humans and dogs. Objectively, the humans slept worse. Movement, repositioning, the occasional stretch that catches your ankle at 3 a.m. The data was clear. And yet, almost every participant reported feeling more comfortable and more rested with their dog present. A separate researcher surveyed nearly 1,000 women and found that dogs were rated as less disruptive than human bed partners, more comforting and more consistent. How does that work? One possibility. What your nervous system registers as safe may matter more to restorative sleep than silence and uninterrupted darkness. We spent most of human history sleeping in groups, surrounded by others we trusted. The isolated solo bedroom is the historical exception, not the rule. Maybe your dog isn't degrading your sleep. Maybe they're restoring something far more ancient than sleep hygiene. Then there's the nervous system research, and this one is fascinating. Studies on dog owner pairs have found that their stress responses tend to move together. When owners are calm, their dogs are calm. When owners are stressed, their dog's physiological state shifts accordingly. Emotional states appear to be genuinely contagious between bonded dogs and their people, and the effect is strongest in pairs with an established relationship. Two nervous systems from two different species quietly influencing each other, not just during play or interaction, but during rest. Sleeping beside your dog may not just be emotionally comforting, it may be neurologically meaningful too. One last thing, and this might be the most important. If your dog has slept beside you for months or years, and one day they stop, pay attention. Sometimes it's environmental, a change in routine, a new person, a shift in the home. Dogs are exquisitely sensitive to things we barely notice, but sometimes it's physical. Behavioral changes, including shifts in sleep location, can sometimes be early signs of pain in dogs, appearing before any obvious limp or stiffness. A dog who stops jumping onto the bed may not have changed their mind. They may be hurting. And in older dogs, disrupted sleep is one of the key behavioral markers of canine cognitive dysfunction, the dog equivalent of dementia. Depending on the study and age group, it's estimated to affect a significant proportion of dogs over 10, and the numbers rise sharply with age. Your dog doesn't have language. Behavior is the only channel they have to tell you something is wrong. So if the ritual changes, don't dismiss it. So the next time you're clinging to the edge of the mattress at 2 a.m. with 80 pounds of dog against your legs, remember what's actually happening. Your dog passed the couch, passed the floor, passed every warm, quiet corner in the house, and chose you. Thousands of years of shared evolution, a neurochemical bond unique to our two species, and an attachment system that echoes the bond between parent and child. All of it expressed in one simple behavior. Sleeping next to you is the safest place in their world. And you know, it might even be for us too. If this helped you better understand your dog, subscribe and let's unwolf your best friend together. And let me know in the comments where they sleep tonight.